Masonic Homes helps people live healthier, happier and longer. That's our focus and our commitment. And AJ Coleman has certainly helped us in that regard, with lots of people looking at transitioning into a retirement village or just moving home from one property to another, whether that be downsizing, going into aged care or otherwise. We've seen AJ really help people through the stress and emotion of that move by simplifying the process, making it easy, and to some degree, well, more than some degree, actually make it very profitable for them. So one thing I'd suggest is, if you're looking at moving or transitioning to another property, certainly give AJ a call, explore what he can do for you, and he'll help you, I suspect, as we do, help people live healthier, happier and longer.
There are two different stages of downsizing. The first is, well, we're thinking about it, but we're not really sure, we're not really looking at the moment, but when we're ready, then we'll downsize. And then the other stage is, okay, I've found the perfect retirement living home, we've signed on the dotted line, wherever it may be, holy moly, now we have to downsize. What are we going to do? What you need to do is proactive decluttering. How many people here have got 30, 40, 50 years of life at home? Let's see a show of hands. We help with the practical side, we help with the advice side, and I have a philosophy. You start with the worst first. The shed. Anyone here got a packed shed? What you need to do is you need to walk through, if you can walk through the shed, and have a look at what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. Rubbish is expensive to dump. My advice, get a 9 cubic metre bin, nothing smaller, because you have it for a week. And you'll be surprised if you buy a 4 or a 6, it's only $50 difference between a 6 and a 9 cubic metre, but you can fit so much more in there and you have an entire week. Now, some of the things that you don't need to put in the bin are scrap metal. You can get money for old nails, you can get money for old taps that you might have repaired and put into a box. You can also get money for old car batteries. But then when we look in the house, there are other things that are considered scrap metal that you may not be aware of. Your old pots and pans, any of your old bakeware, any of your old cake tins that might have scratches and dents, you can get money for that. But here's the kicker. Here's the one that a lot of people don't know. Cord, electrical cord. You've got the old toaster, you've got the old kettle, you've got the old radio that no longer works. Cut the cord off, put it in a box, and you'll be surprised. An average home that we pack up, cord and pots and pans are something between $40 and $60. That goes towards paying the cost of the bin. How many people have got the old tube TVs sitting around? A few? If you take them to the dump, they will charge you $20 per TV. Okay? So what you need to do is organise well in advance, because you're considering retirement living, you haven't signed the documents yet, you've got plenty of time to plan and do it piece by piece. So TVs are a great thing for hard rubbish. By mid-2015, make no mistake, all your old radios, all your old kettles, all your old toasters, when you put them in the skip, when you take them to the dump, you will be charged between $7 and $12 each. That could be hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the top of normal rubbish on what we call e-waste. There is a company called Anglicare, and I've got the number in my booth, so afterwards, if you'd like the number, it's printed up on signs. There's a gentleman that you can call who manages the big Anglicare warehouse, and they have a truck that travels Adelaide 5 days a week, and each particular day they're in a different area. And things that they will pick up are unstained mattresses, kitchenware that's clean and tidy, any linen. So you've found your retirement living home. Where do I start? What will fit? New versus old. So out of the 500 or 600 clients that I've helped since 2008, I must say the happiest clients are the clients that have let go of all of the old and they have bought new, as in they have bought items that are suitable for their new lifestyle. A new couch that fits perfectly, new display cupboard, they've got rid of the old tube TV and they've got a nice new flat screen, because at the end of the day, in our twilight years, it's about enjoying our living, isn't it? Had a particular client who, I'm taking my books. I want to take my books. And we moved her in, and the room that she wanted her books, she actually filled the room from floor to ceiling, and she couldn't even get in there to get a book. So just be mindful, when you're downsizing, rule of thumb is 40 years of life, 50 years of life, your original family home, it is 80 to 90% cull. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you is call your removalist and bring them to your home, tell them what you're going to take, and then take them to your new home, because they'll have an idea of what's called cubic meterage. Just a couple of quick tips. Boxes. You can buy second-hand boxes. You don't need to, $3 or $4 for a brand new removalist box. You can buy second-hand boxes for $1, $1.50 each, which is half the cost. Talk to your removalist and they will be able to guide you on second-hand boxes. The other things that you can do, and what we use, is fruit boxes. So you go to your local fruit and veg and you get them for free. Bubble wrap. Now bubble wrap's really expensive. You go to Bunnings and you get the roll and it's about that wide. What I do is I go to a company called Pack and Send. And what you do is you ask for bubble wrap on the roll, and they sell it on a 3-meter roll. It's a big, massive roll, and you can buy it by the meter. If you've got big urns and things that are breakable, that's where you use your blankets to wrap them, have them wrapped in the blanket for when the removalist comes. We pride ourselves as a professional team, whether it be downsizing or an estate, packing up 40 years of life, 4-bedroom home. I've never had a home take longer than 4 days, ever. An average home, a day and a half, 2 days. Leaving it to the last minute and not prepared to let go. You know what, this might come in handy one day, let it go. If you haven't used it in 18 months, let it go. As someone said to me the other day, we live in a Bunnings world. You can go down to Bunnings and buy that screw that you need. You don't need 10 canisters of screws just in case. Selling your items that you're downsizing. So there are 3 options: garage sales, second-hand dealers, and auction. With garage sales, if you have a garage sale, get your children, grandchildren to put it on Gumtree for you. Don't put the number of your house, just put the street and put the signs out the morning of, otherwise people will be knocking on your door at 6 o'clock. From my experience as an auctioneer, a second-hand dealer's motivation is one thing and one thing only, and that's lining their pockets. Okay? I've had a client who was about to take $450 for a nice Federation sideboard. I convinced them to take it to auction and they got $4,500. Okay? So you just got to be a little bit careful. When it comes to auction, you can have 200 or 300 buyers that will compete for your items. Yes, you've got transport costs. Yes, you've got auction fees, but at least you'll get fair market value. So I just want to finish off now. I've got some pictures here of items of value. So if we have a look at the kitchen canisters there, a set of 5 kitchen canisters at auction will make $100. Don't donate it, it's worth money. See this old toasters? Anyone got one of these old toasters at home? Anyone? A really nice one like that with the manual will make $100. But that's auction, that's what the market wants. Royal Albert dinner set, $500. Don't sell them at garage sale at 50 cents a piece. A nice Royal Albert bone china dinner set will make $500 all day long. Plants, orchids, at the moment at auction are making between $7 and $11 each. Not 50-cent plants at a garage sale, they're making lots of money. Agaves, and of course the elkhorns. We sold an elkhorn about 6 weeks ago that was about that big, and we got $450 for it. So just very quickly, tools are not worthless. Tools are worth a lot of money. And all of this goes towards your moving costs and towards buying new items to go into your new home. Thank you very much. If you want the number for the donations, people, I've got it up in our stand. I really appreciate your time, and on behalf of Masonic Homes, thank you very much for coming out, and we'll see you soon.
Hello, my name is Danielle Grant and I work at Masonic Homes. I am talking to you today about AJ Coleman and the services that he provides a lot of our clients. We get a lot of very positive feedback about AJ Coleman and his services. A lot of our clients refer him to friends that they know that are going through the same process. And I've also had feedback from people saying that things that they thought were junk, he's actually gotten them quite good money for. One chap in particular got $10 for a bag of marbles. So if you're thinking of downsizing, AJ is certainly someone to talk to. He'll give you very good advice and we're happy to refer him on an ongoing basis.